circumstances, y'all situations, and you just don't know how to get there. And it's not the fact that you don't particularly know how, you do. The fact of the matter is you just never seen it done. And it's very simple steps in which you can take to get you to your end result. Now, I actually have a full-on course where I've done hours of teaching on this and full setups. But I'm about to give you a mini short run through on certain things that you can do right now to get you in the mindset to get you started on whatever it is that you want to get started on, because now's the time and now's the season, and we cannot pass up on an opportunity. Okay? And we need to be preparing, in preparation, be in operation, and be moving towards getting the things that we desire to see done, so that at the very least, when God comes looking to whom in which he wants to bless in this season, y'all have already put the plans together, the business plans together. You have literally have it so that you understand what it takes, because you've taken the steps in the process to walk through it. And in you walking through, you can hold up to the Lord. Lord, you wanted me to prepare. This is what I wanted to do. This is the plan that I created. This is what I developed. This is what I'm going to do. What does that look like? All right, let's sit down here and take yourself a seat. And I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how you going to do this. Pick up your pencil, your papers, your notebooks, your computers, your cell phones, your notepads, and whatever else you need, because I'm about to explain how you can do this. And you are going to watch the screen before you, and I am going to show you little things in which you can do real quick. This ain't going to be an exhaustive teaching, because I told you I already got a course on this. But I'm going to do a quick run right through all the things you can do. Okay? And pay close attention what it is that you are desiring to do. Are you ready? Take a breath. Pause this video. Get what you need. Open your documents. Open your what have yous. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready. Get set. Here we go. All right. Number one, for some of you, you are writers. Because you are writers, you like to do blogging. Okay? Writers, you are in the best position you could ever be in, because blogging is not gone out of style. You can take your cell phone. Hear me what I'm saying. You can take your cell phone, dictate an article into a Google document by using Google Keyboard, and use Google Voice on your phone onto a Google document and dictate an entire article about whatever topic it is that you want to talk about. You can sit down and you can figure out all the topics, all of the understandings, all the things in which you are desiring that you want to talk about. Just do a brain dump. Then I want you to sit there and look at all the stuff you dumped out of your brain. And I want you to start to organize everything you dumped out of your brain into an order that is cohesive and makes sense. Maybe you have something that has to deal with food. Maybe you have something to deal with dessert. Maybe you have something to deal with this. Maybe you don't have anything to deal with that. Maybe you want to talk about clothes. Maybe you want to talk about education. Maybe you want to talk about education in relation to clothes. Maybe you want to talk about music. Maybe you want to think about whatever it is. I want you to organize each subject that you are inapt to already want to talk about anyway. I want you to look at all your skill sets. What is it that you already love to do? You already do it, and you pretty much don't get paid to do it. I need you to sit down and write all those things down. Those things. Think about the things that you could sit down and talk to people about forever and hours, and I need you to get your main topics, your subtopics, and your secondary topics. Can you sit down and you do all that right quick? Pause, video, move forward. You got that? Good. Now, I'm going to need for you to start figuring out what you're going to do for a blog article. I need you to go look up templates for blog articles. I need you to look at how the blog article is structured. When I used to do essays when I was in school, they used to have us do an intro paragraph where we made 3 pointers of what we are going to discuss in that paper. Then we were supposed to do a paragraph for each of the subtopics, maybe a paragraph, maybe two paragraphs on each of the subjects, and then we were supposed to do a conclusion. Make sense? Cool. Maybe you want to do something that short. Maybe you want to do 15 paragraphs. Maybe you want to sit up here and do an entire article like you see in your InStyle magazines or whatever magazine you like to read, where it's 3 and 5 pages. Believe me, you can do it if you dictate it, because I've surprised myself. I dictated for 10 minutes and I ended up with 3-4 pages. If you set it up in columns, and then if you desire to add pictures and all that kind of stuff, the blog article will be that long. So yeah, all thoughts that you can do. Why am I telling you you can do all this? Think about what it is that you want to teach. Some of you just want to give instructions. Some of you like to do certain things, and let me tell you something. People are making money off of the dumbest stuff. I saw somebody post something on Facebook. You know, there's an Instagram feed. I am lying to you not. This account has 112K followers. And when I tell you what this is, your mouth gonna drop open. It's an Instagram account about a thumb. I'm going to repeat that. It's an Instagram account about a thumb. This dude or chick, I don't know who it is, they done walked around they city and took pictures of their thumb in different places. And you know that there is 112K followers following an account about a thumb. What we out here doing? Hello? And I bet you that person has, because they got that many followers, they getting sponsored ads and sponsor this and sponsor that. They getting paid off of a thumb. A thumb! What the hell are we out here doing? A thumb. Has that registered to anybody? It's a thumb. Because you've made a list of whatever it is that you're passionate about, and the topics and the subtopics and what have you for whatever that thing is, and you have created a blog. There's a Pioneer Woman blog that she talks about homestead living. Living out on the farm, doing whatever it is. What we out here doing? Maybe you like making body butters, or you just good at mixing your lotions together. Maybe you should be a body butter creator. You know, you could write blog articles connected to you making body butters. Then you could create a YouTube channel on doing said thing. Is there an objection to that? You could create a YouTube channel talking about creating said thing and then show people how to do it on your channel because that's what you like to do. You can literally take anything in your house. I'm a Christian, you gonna get this Jesus. There's a story in the Bible that talks about a woman in 2 Kings, either 2nd or 1 Kings, that her husband left her with debt. They were about to take her 2 children, and all she had was a crude of oil in her house. She went to the authority that was a leader to her husband and asked him, what can I do? He said, what do you have in your house? I'm gonna need y'all to start looking around your house. What you got? What do you have? I need you to look at everything in your house. You walk in the bedroom, bedding. What? Oh, I can create a merchandise brand on beddings, curtains, this, that, other. Oh, okay. I can do blogs talking about all of these things. I can create a Pinterest where I'm talking about all these types of things, the things that I do, and then I can talk about and have my favorite pics of people and pins of other things. Did you hear that? Oh, I just gave you 15 ideas. I'm gonna need you to go back, rewind, slow it down, do it again. Next, I'm gonna move on to my next point. What's the next room that you can come? Living room. What's in my living room? I have a couch. So if I have a couch, I can do living room assortments. That means I got curtains, I got a couch, I got throw pillows, I got all of these things. I can get artwork, I can develop my own artwork, I can and sell it. Oh, I got a TV. I can turn my TV into a LCD screen. I can connect it to my computer. I can use it to do certain things in relation to whatever it is that I do tech-wise. I can use it to be a second screen for me. I can even use it to cast certain things. Maybe I should do video vlogging. Oh, I got a dining room table. What do I use a dining room table for? Oh, eating presentation. Oh, hint, hint. There's a grouping of women that have just started Facebook groups and created Facebook communities on. They do a potluck where they get all of the people that are local within their own neighborhoods. Everybody brings a dish and they all sit down and eat and drink and do a monthly meeting where they commiserate about whatever it is that's on their mind, but they bring their own dishes because they're foodies. Maybe you just like to cook. You can stand over your kitchen counter in your kitchen and record you cooking a meal. Do you know? If you don't, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go on Instagram on any day and put in cooking or food videos, and there are 1-minute reels of how to do a dish at any particular point in time. Anybody? Anybody. What are we out here doing? You got whole businesses sitting up in front of your face. Some of you like candles. Some of you can go to the craft store, get beeswax, a bunch of wicks, some glass jars, mix wax together. Some of y'all good at carving. I remember when I was in college, they had us do a course where depending on what kind of wax that you use, the beeswax, that gets soft, but there's some that it forms hard. So you can melt it down and within a period of time, you can carve into it. There's a person, and you can look them up, literally, they carve candles. They carve their own candles, and they layer the wax in such a way that it's so many different layers to the carvings of the candle that it's such a unique element that people are buying these carved candles, and it comes from taking a carving knife and just embossing the candle and digging in multiple layers. Some of y'all know how to carve stuff. Some of y'all know how to emboss things. Some of you are sculptors. You have the skill of being able to make things with your hands. Why aren't you making any money doing that? But I can't make no money off of this. Can you or can't you? I'm going to need you to go on ahead, and I'm going to need you to open up this wonderful thing we like to call Google search. And I'm going to need you to start looking up some of these things. Candle companies. How to develop a candle companies. Here's the words you're going to look up. You hear me? Listen to me listen. Are you listening? I need you to use these one word in front of every search you're interested in. I need you to use the word customizable. Did you hear it? Customizable. Look up customizable clothes, customizable food, customizable perfume, customizable shoes, customizable. You know what makes it customizable? You could probably go into any of these sites and create your own formula for your perfume. You can create your own formula for whatever it is that you're desiring. You could probably create your own design. Some of y'all are artists. You know how to paint, you know how to design, and some of y'all have just come into the realization of this AI stuff, which I forewarn you, because a lot of companies don't even want you to do that. But some of you have the ability to create artwork, base work, develop work. And if you create the right AI account, meaning you join a membership and pay for it, you can create images, logos, so on and so forth. And you can reprint books, you can reprint logos, you can reprint shirts, you can reprint bags, you can reprint. But some of y'all are just straight artists. Coming back to my real artists out here. You know how to make prints. You can open up a clean document and create a graphic design off of a clean canvas in Canva, on a document, on a paint or 3D paint on your screen on your computer. And you know how to create what your mind's eye thinks of. And some of y'all can mix and match and redevelop and cut and paste and alter. Some of y'all can create a logo in AI and then take the logo, pull it out, cut it up, alter it, create it how you want to create it, and then use it as a base print for anything. Because you just got the artistic eye like that. Customizable. Why do I say customizable? Because 9 times out of 10, it's a we'll do it for you site. Meaning you just drop the image in here and we'll do everything else. You drop the image, set your price. We're going to pull out what it costs for us to store it. We're going to print it on demand. And when the person demands it, all you got to do is sell it. Oh, why? Hold up. I can go back to my blog and drop this on my blog. I can do an entire blog article talking about XYZ and then have this product attached as an image at the bottom, and people will go to the link and purchase it. I can post this on Pinterest and people will Warning about Pinterest though. A lot of Pinterest is very what's the word I'm looking for? Regulatory in relation to these AI artwork. That's why I always tell you do art for art and watch and be careful for AI, because if it's AI generated, they kind of regulate in certain places. So you may not be able to even post the images of it if it's for sale, because it's a regulatory issue with them right now, because they trying to figure out how to regulate AI. So what we out here doing, we can do what we want to do. We can develop what we desire to develop. We can sell anything we want to sell. But I want to start a business, but I don't know if I can. All I got is enough money to buy an ice cream maker, but that's not enough to make ice cream. You just bought a $200 ice cream maker. There's a bunch of people that love out here buying the creamy and all this kind of stuff, the Ninja Creamy, all of this, and it makes wonderful yogurt ice cream, sorbet, and what have you. I want to start an ice cream business. Hear me what I'm saying. You can. There's a woman that started an entire baking business from her kitchen. You just gonna keep reinvesting the sales of your ice cream. Maybe you can find a customizable ice cream thing that you can do the same thing. Do your yogurts, do your this, do your stuff online. People can order it directly from, and it will be shipped to them from a customizable site that you might not even have to buy your Ninja Creamer. But I mean, if you want to, you can do it in order to test out new flavors, test out new mixes, test out new what? Crumble Cookie is a multi-billion-dollar brand. I'm sorry, it's a $1 billion brand. All that is decorative cookies. What are we out here doing? Why do we... There are people that got brands right now, and I'm talking about people that they might be celebrities, but they ain't ones that you really paying attention to like that, and they done figured out how to corner the market. What are we doing? What we doing? Okay, celebrities. What do a lot of celebrities do? They do beauty, because celebrity is surrounding about beauty and beauty brand. But what if you wanted to create a beauty brand and you wanted to do vegan? You wanted to do what have you, because maybe you have skin allergies and so on and so forth. Good. Okay. There's a couple different sites that you can go on that you can literally do beauty brands that you can test and do shades, natural beauty brands. And remember, you just starting out. So these things you can get, what do you call it? membership to their site that if they approve you to be one of their creators, you'll be able to go into the back end, and a lot of them do, that when you go into the back end, it's one I'm thinking of, but I can't think of the exact, because I actually went for this one at one point just to test it. And you can go in and you can customize all the things that you want. A powder set? Do you want a lipstick set? Do you want, and you can do vegan, you can do foundational, you can do all of these things. Remember, you just starting. So maybe you want to do a line that has your 3 basic shades of foundation. You want to do compact blush. You want to do 3 basic shades of lipstick for the season. You want to do an eyeliner pencil or what have you, and that's enough. But there's certain costs to that. Now, I'm not sure this particular one they inserted the cost as when it's purchased, that the cost comes off on that one. But in some of them, yeah, you can pull the cost, that the cost is going to come off when the customer purchases it. But in some, you're going to hit that front end cost. Now, I was listening to a business expert the other day, and they were saying, now, I don't particularly love the idea of this. A lot of rich business people do this because it's very dependent and heavily dependent on people buying in bulk at major purchase costs, because you have the fullness of understanding, and a lot of people do this. They count their eggs before they hatch, meaning you have the assumption that you're going to do a sales record. For instance, you're going to put in a certain amount of money for advertisement, 1,000 ads at whatever, and you're expected to get at least 100 people to purchase your product at cost, so on and so forth. So because you're expecting that, you're expecting to get back in your advertisement what you put out. Some people, you got it like that, that you can just pull and people going to purchase and everybody's going to buy. Some of you have an understanding of how to do that. You just creative like that you have the ability that what you put out is going to be so visually appealing that it's going to pull people's attention, and they're going to buy. You're going to get a full 100%. It's not going to be just 10%. It's going to hit the ad. Everybody going to get it and all of that. But you also got to understand algorithms. You got to understand systems, and you got to understand that you new into this game, and you not Alex Hormozy. So they might put a little regulation on you because you brand new. Whose account is this? Why? So yeah, you can double your cost and allow your customers to eat the cost if you want to. But it's not a suggestion that I would live off of, because what you do is you put yourself in anxiety, and when you put yourself in anxiety, you go from a transformational salesperson to a transactional one. I need this transaction to go through, because if it don't go through, I'm not gonna be able to pay my this bill, and then my entire business is gonna collapse. Yeah, I'm gonna need you not do that. So you gotta look at trying to get that investment capital. Now, this investment capital can come from grants. There are a lot of different grants that will help business owners or help you to develop in order to start your business. Maybe you are starting a business in a city, a state, or what have you, and they'll give you a grant because you're in their location. They'll give you a grant. All of these kinds of things are processes, but you want to put your iron in the fire at the very least while you're still looking to get started. You understand what I'm saying? Because they'll give it to you. You just got to know what to do and how to fill it out properly. Next to that, you can look into your local SBA. You can look into if you have a sustainable business plan, a proposal, so on and so forth. Think about it like Shark Tank. I'm going to need you to go on YouTube and look up how they do the deals on Shark Tank. Look at what investors are desiring, because some of y'all going to need to look into angel investors for what it is that you're trying to build. Depending on how big or how small it is. There's money in places that will give you the money for free. You just need to know where you got to go to get it. And if you do it correctly and legitimately, you'll be able to do the setup properly. But you just got to look into these places and see where free money lies. You understand what I'm saying? If you got the will, there is a way. How you think a lot of these folks that were in sheer poverty risk losing everything, much like that woman with the crude oil. They was desperate enough to do the research, and when they did, guess what? They got what they was looking for. Because they were pushed into a corner deep enough that they started to do the research, and when they did the research, they came up to the understanding, well, what else do I got to lose? Let me jump out here and do this. If you have the will, there is most definitely a way to do it. Some of you want to go on vacation, don't have a dime to your name to go on vacation anywhere. But if you were a blogger and started blogging about your local locations, started blogging about your own city, then you started reaching out that if you get enough people following you for your own city, that there'll be sponsorships that will pay you. Be like, well, you got followers for your own city. You want to come to our city? You want to come to this? You want to come to that? And then you getting things like a founder card or looking into, there are certain discount sites that you can get discounts on hotel stays, discounts on flights, all of this, that you will be able to get it down to the cheapest amount, that you will be able to travel and look like you living on the high life because you're a blogger, and these people will want you to come out there in order to review their restaurant, review their city. They gonna foot you the bill to be able to come out there. All they need for you to do is, the catch-22 to that is, you may not get paid much for anything else, but you get a free trip. And you get the ability to go test out their restaurants, their this, and talk about it on your blog. And you end up being a travel guide person. Your YouTube page is on it all day, up and down, everywhere. What are you out here doing? And what are you not doing? I need you to sit down and figure that out. What are you doing, and what money is being left on the table because you're not doing anything with it. I'm going to give you an example of Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown went into a Whole Foods, ate a sandwich on a video. The video went viral. She ended up getting negotiating deals. People wanted to work with her. She ended up in Target being able to create a 4 different brand line of multiple, I believe they call those vertical associated products. Meaning, she created food, a lifestyle brand, and 2 other things. I think she created something in relation to furniture and something else. What are we doing? What are we creating? Some people will sit up there and negatively talk. I'm going to say it right now. They will negatively say, they get the idea. I've heard people say it like this. They get the idea in the shower, the amount of time it takes them to get out the shower, dry off, and open the door to come out to write it down. They done already talked themselves out of it. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I was talking to one of my parents, the one that's living, and he was making a point of saying something. He wanted a plant. And he said, I wouldn't mind getting one of these plants. I was like, okay. Before he could finish a 5-minute sentence, he done gave himself 5 reasons why he should not buy that plant. Well, it's probably not there no more. Well, it's probably too expensive. It's probably this. It's probably going to take too much work. Are you going to take care of it? Because maybe that's too much for me. How long take me say all that? A minute? He done talked himself out of buying a plant. And we do this while we do this. What are we doing? You have the ability to be a wealth carrier and to develop an inheritance and legacy for your family and your children. Why have you at least started? But I can't, and I just gave you 15 ways to start. It wasn't an exhaustive list, but it's a start. And you can adjust any of the things that I said and look at the core value of what I gave you and do it for anything else you can think of. Why not start? Why not? Because the middle class is quickly being erased. Do you want to go along with it? Or do you want to be thriving? Multi-millionaires and billionaires are made in seasons like this. When people are running out of places, when people are exiting places, when people's companies are flipping over, and no longer in existence. What did the word of God say? I'm going to give you this, Jesus. The people went into the land and came to the recognition that there were giants in the land. And they said, we can't go in there because there are giants in the land. Well, from my viewpoint, they're giants in the land, but some of them are getting ready to be squashed because they can't afford to keep their businesses. They can't afford to keep their companies, and people that can't afford to purchase from them can no longer buy from them. So they are literally collapsing. Oh, look, space is becoming available. I'm going to need for you to survey your landscape, see your solution, see what you have that's available that you can create, so that when that company downsizes, flops, or no longer is in existence, how can you take its place? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, okay. So I'm going to need you to start doing the research. I'm going to need you to start figuring it out, because everything is figure outable. So what do you want to create? And before you talk yourself out of it, I'm going to need you to create the idea, develop it, and bring it together, because you can do this. It's not that hard. And there are people that will help you. You just need to know where to look. So I hope this blessed you. It was a quick summary of some things that you can do. So until next time, bye-bye.